Earlier this week, the Chinese government told Chinese companies in information-sensitive industries to stop buying products from Boise-based Micron, the largest memory chip maker in the U.S. The action steps up their ongoing feud with the United States over technology and security. Idaho U.S. Senator Jim Risch is scrutinizing China's move. News Channel 7's Jude Binkley sat down with Senator Risch today to talk about the sanctions and what they mean for U.S.-China relations. Jude?
Well, Doug, in a short statement, the Cyberspace Administration of China said that products from Micron have serious network security risks, but they gave no specific details to support those claims.
I think most people are well aware of what a brutal regime that the Chinese Communist Party is, how they do things, very different than the values that we have. Over there, the government, the state is the top actor. Individuals mean nothing. Individual rights mean nothing. Human rights mean nothing.
While some have been calling the Chinese government's move against Micron a ban, Senator Risch says that's not quite the case.
They're really not banned from China. China said they weren't going to use them anymore in their defense products. Also discouraged people from using them otherwise, but certainly they're not banned from China.
Senator Risch is the ranking Republican of the Senate Foreign Relations Committee and the Senate Intelligence Committee. He says China does things very differently than America, and they passed the sanctions without giving any specifics on how Micron posed a security risk.
China has done this with providing absolutely no factual basis whatsoever, and wouldn't respond because they can't respond to a factual basis for this. There is none.
Senator Risch says there's absolutely nothing wrong with Micron's security.
Really, no one has higher standards than Micron. So, like I said, they have absolutely no factual basis for this whatsoever. They're doing it simply to harass Micron as they've done a number of times before.
Micron put out a statement about the sanctions saying, "We have received the Cyberspace Administration of China's notice following its review of Micron products sold in China. We are evaluating the CAC's conclusion and assessing our next steps. We look forward to continuing to engage in discussions with Chinese authorities." China's move escalates a feud with the U.S. over technology and security. And as for if we'll see a response from Washington, Senator Risch says you always have to weigh the pros and cons of any type of reaction.
You don't want to do something that escalates and causes a worse problem. At this particular point, look, we've already got a bunch of rubs going on with China. As you know, China has banned things like Facebook and Wikipedia and Twitter already over there completely. And of course, we're looking at TikTok. And there are good reasons why TikTok needs to be looked at. The issue is, of course, we have freedoms here. We have freedom of speech. We have the First Amendment. We have due process. China's not bothered by any of those things. And if they want to do something, they do it. We don't do business like that in America.
Now, Senator Risch says that on a day-to-day basis, he doubts this move from China will really affect Micron's business or any Idahoans who work for Micron. And he also says this isn't the first time that China has harassed Micron.
All right, Jude, we'll see how this plays out going into the weeks ahead. Thank you very much.